I'm back with another powerful money move that you can make starting today. This one is for everybody out there who thinks that you need a ton of cash to get started in real estate. Spoiler alert, you don't. Today, we're going to be talking about how you can invest in real estate for less than $100. That means no down payments, no tenants, no fixing up old houses. Just straight up earning while you sit back and let your money work for you. So if you're looking for a low cost, hassle-free way to get into real estate, I got you. Let's get into it.
We getting money, money, money. When Jameer sharing gems with her getting money, money, money. Getting a line, growing money and getting money, money, money. It's your life, trying to get more life. Getting money, money.
First things first, let's make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And hit the bell for notifications, boo, because I'm always dropping the $1 million money making tips. And unless you want to be broke, you don't want to miss a single one. You already know that you can own stock in companies like Home Depot, Amazon, Chipotle, and Topgolf. But what if you could pull a boss power move and own the real estate that those companies rent from? You can, and you can do it for less than $100. I'm going to show you how. Not only am I going to tell you how to do this, but I'm also going to tell you the 5 exact ones that you should start with. Be sure to stick around for number 5 because it is the least expensive, but it pays the most. So you really want to be here for that one. Let's get into it. Today, we are talking about REITs. First things first, what the heck is a REIT? Well, REIT stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. It's basically a company that owns, operates, or finances income-producing real estate. Think like commercial buildings, hotels, shopping centers, even apartments, and places like Topgolf. But here's the dope part. You can buy shares in these companies just like you would any other stock on the stock market. And boom, you're instantly a real estate investor without ever stepping foot into a property. Come through cash flow. REITs are required by law to pay out 90% of their income as dividends to shareholders. So that means that you are guaranteed to get this money, honey. And trust me, those dividends are where the magic happens. Dividends are free passive income money that these companies pay to shareholders like you and me just for owning shares in their company. And REITs pay some of the highest dividends in the game, anywhere from 3% up to 15%. I'll show you how this can be profitable in just a few, but just know that this is not a get rich quick scheme. It's definitely a watch your money grow, take it slow kind of move. Now let's talk about why REITs are such a game changer when you compare them to traditional real estate. First, there's a much lower barrier to entry. You don't need thousands of dollars to get started. You don't need a loan from a bank for the down payment. All you need is less than $100 to get started. Number 2, there are no management hassles. No tenants calling you in the middle of the night, no maintenance, no repairs, no termites, no toilets, and no tenants. With REITs, you are investing passively. Number 3 is liquidity. Unlike owning an actual physical property, you can buy and sell REITs easily through your brokerage account, just like traditional stocks. Try selling a house that quickly. It's not happening. Now, don't get me wrong, traditional real estate can be great, but if you're looking for something way less hands-on, far more affordable, and a lot easier, REITs are where it's at. Okay, so let's talk about how to get started with REITs in just 3 steps. The first step is opening a brokerage account. If you don't already have one, I'll tell you how to open one in just a second. But this is where you'll buy, hold, and sell your REIT shares. Opening a brokerage account is so easy. Do not overcomplicate this. You can use whatever platform you like. Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Robinhood, E-Trade, whatever you like, just pick one. They're pretty much all the same. My only caveat is that I would suggest that you open a brokerage account with a brokerage that actually specializes in brokering. There are some others like Cash App and places like that where their main function is not actually being a brokerage account. And for that reason, they don't always have all of the stocks and all the REITs that you want. So go with one of the ones that are tried and true, like the ones that I mentioned, and you'll be good to go. Here's how simple it is. Go to your preferred platform's website or app, fill in your personal information, things like your name, address, social security number, that sort of stuff. Answer a few questions about your financial goals and your investment experience, and you're done. This process normally takes about 5 to 10 minutes at the most. You're normally approved instantly, and then you're good to go. And most accounts can literally be opened with $0. Now, step 2 is where the fun begins. This is where you will choose your REIT. There are tons of different types of REITs out there, and they all invest in different types of real estate. Here's what to consider when you're choosing your REIT. First, you want to consider the type of REIT. Are you interested in commercial properties, residential, maybe healthcare and industrial, maybe experiential and fun stuff like REITs that own amusement parks and movie theaters? It's best to go with whichever ones you have an interest in. The second thing you want to consider is the dividend yield. This is the amount of income you'll get paid out expressed as a percentage. Remember, some REITs pay 3% while others pay as high as 15%. The higher the dividend, obviously the more cash flow you'll see. And the third thing you want to consider is the historical performance. Look at how the REIT has performed over the last few years. Is it stable? so is it growing? You want one that's been consistent. Consistency is a good thing. I'm going to tell you my 5 top REITs in just a minute, so stay tuned. Once you've picked your REIT, now it's time to buy it. And here's how you do it. Log into your brokerage account, search for the REIT by its name or by its ticker symbol. You can find this simply by doing a Google search. Then enter the amount you want to invest. Here's a pro tip. If you're working with a lot less than $100, you can actually buy what's called fractional shares. There's no reason for you not to invest if you feel like you don't have enough money. To buy a fractional share simply means you're not buying a whole share of the REIT. Instead, you can own a fraction of it or a fractional share, meaning you will own a piece of the share. And once you get your money up, you can buy even more. And while you're doing this, your money is still growing and growing and growing. Next, click the buy button, and that's it. You are now officially a real estate investor. Congratulations. If you want to dig deeper, you can do some research on platforms like Morningstar or Yahoo Finance. You want to look for REITs with strong fundamentals, good management, solid real estate portfolio, and a history of paying consistent dividends. Remember, consistency is a good thing. Okay, here's what you came for. These are my 5 favorite REITs that you can get started with today. And number 5 is Bay for me. So you want to stay tuned for that one. Remember, that's the one that's going to cost you the least, but pay you the most. So number 1 is VC Properties. That's VICI. Now this is a fun one. VC Properties is the largest landowner on the Las Vegas Strip. They specialize in casinos and entertainment properties. They own a whole lot of really famous casinos like Mandalay Bay, Excalibur, and the Mirage on the Las Vegas Strip. They also own MGM National Harbor and Caesars Atlantic City. As of the time I'm recording this video, you can buy VC for less than $35 and you'll get a 5.15% dividend payout. Okay, so story time. I was once dating this guy who loved to spend his money at casinos gambling, but he was always losing. And I think he thought it was a flex because one day he showed me where he had spent $400,000 over the course of 7 years gambling at the casino. But he had only won $328,000. So he actually lost $72,000. I'm like, bro, this is not a flex. I think he wanted to show me that he had the ability to spend $400,000, but you're dealing with somebody who talks about money for a living. So you spending $400,000, but you losing $72,000 is not a good thing to me. Anyway, as you can imagine, his gambling habit was one of the main reasons why I stopped dealing with him. But just imagine if he had instead invested that same $400,000 into VC. After that same 7-year period, he would actually have $568,493. So he would have made $158,593. instead of losing $72,000. Make it make sense. Okay, number 2, Prologis. This one specializes in logistics facilities and warehouses. They own a ton of Amazon warehouses, also Home Depot warehouses and FedEx warehouses. So if you go hard on Prime Day on Amazon, you may want to consider becoming an owner of the warehouses that your products are shipping from. I mean, why not? As of the time I'm making this video, Prologis is trading at about $120 and the dividend is around 3%. Up next is EPR Properties. Now this is a really fun one and it's also really cool for kids. EPR is an experiential REIT, meaning they own a lot of properties that specialize in fun experiences like Topgolf and Six Flags. They also currently own over 175 movie theaters, 18 amusement parks, 11 ski resorts, and 8 hotels. And you will own all of that too when you own this REIT. As of the time I'm making this video, it costs about $50 per share of this particular REIT, and you get a very healthy 7% dividend. Remember, the average bank return is less than 1%, and even a high yield savings account is hovering right around 4.5% right now. Speaking of which, you still need a high yield savings account. And if you want to know what to look for when selecting your high yield savings account so you get it right the first time, click here to check that out. Okay, let's move on. Number 4 is Realty Income. I love this one because they literally call themselves the monthly dividend company. As of the time I'm making this video, it runs less than $65 per share and it pays a 5% dividend. Realty Income is an S&P 500 company, meaning it is one of the 500 largest companies in America, and they pride themselves on paying you monthly dividends. Most other companies will either pay you quarterly or annually. Now, this one is a commercial real estate REIT, meaning they own lots of stores that you shop at, like 7-Eleven, Chipotle, Lowe's. And for my UK audience, they also own Sainsbury's, which if you're in the UK, you already know is the second largest grocery store chain in the UK. And for those of you in Australia, they also own Treasury Wine Estates, which is a huge Australian wine company. But no matter where you live in the world, if you own Realty Income, you're going to own all of that. You're going to be global, baby. So you will immediately become a commercial real estate investor of property all around the world. Okay, so here we are with number 5. This is my favorite one. This is Bay for me. This one is GNL, and this stands for Global Net Lease. GNL owns over 1,300 properties. And they have tenants like Best Buy, PetSmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, Hobby Lobby, Home Depot stores, TJ Maxx, Ross Dress for Less, Kohl's, and Michael's. Now get this. This is the exciting part. As of the time I'm making this video, it costs less than $9 for a share of GNL, but it pays 15% dividends. The banks will never pay you that much, honey. Never. Never. Now, come closer. Here's how you're going to maximize your money. Let's say you love Home Depot, okay? So you invest in the Home Depot stock, right? Then you invest in the REIT that owns the Home Depot stores, which is GNL. After that, you buy the REIT that owns the Home Depot warehouses, which is Prologis. Now you pretty much own all of Home Depot and you are killing it. Now, let's talk about how profitable this can be. Remember those high dividends that we talked about? They add up over time. So let's say you invested $10,000 in a REIT that pays 15% dividends. If you never added another dime to that $10,000, in 10 years, you will have $40,455. But get this, if you're just a little bit more patient, after 20 years, that same $10,000 investment will grow to be approximately $163,655 just from that $10,000 investment. Can't beat it. You cannot beat it. Now compare that to putting that same $10,000 into a traditional savings account earning you 0.45% interest. So after 10 whole years of your life, that $10,000 investment would have only grown to $10,459. You would have only made $459 after 10 years. And after 20 years, you would have a whole whopping $10,939. You would literally lose $153,272 by not investing in this REIT. Come on, somebody. The math is mathing. Now, this is how you build long-term wealth. This is how you get that long-term coin. Remember what I always say, rich friends, passive income is not fast income, but with patience and consistency, you can grow your money steadily and reliably while working towards your 7-figure net worth. You don't need to be a millionaire to start investing. You just have to make a plan. And REITs make real estate super accessible and really, really easy to get into. Start with that brokerage account, pick a solid REIT, and start watching your dividends roll in. If you're ready to put your money to work, this is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to make your money work for you. Remember, we are not here to work hard for money. We are here to make our money work hard for us. Thanks for hanging out with me today, rich friends. If you're fired up and ready to invest, drop a comment below and let me know which REIT you're interested in. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you never miss another money-making tip. Bye for now. Peace.